Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, the lawsuit that we have all been waiting for has finally come forward. Getting a lot of ads here. Rust shooting that took the life of Halyna Hutchins. Well, her family has finally decided to bring a lawsuit against Alec Baldwin. So, Alec Baldwin sued by family of late Rust cinematographer Halyna Hutchins. Lawyers for Halyna Hutchins' family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Alec Baldwin on Tuesday while releasing a chilling video reenacting the movie set shooting that killed the cinematographer. Holy crap, man. The eerie animated footage titled Killing of Halyna Hutchins on the Set of Rust uses computer-generated figures of Baldwin and others on the faded film shoot that day. It includes the moments the star allegedly pulled the trigger, what was supposed to have been a prop gun with blank bullets. There are many people culpable, but Mr. Baldwin was the person holding the weapon. Wow. But for him shooting, she would not have died. That's what it says here. Said Hutchins' family lawyer Brian Panish at a press conference in Los Angeles. Baldwin has significant portion liability, but there are others, and that's what this case is going to be about. Assessing fair apportionment to whoever's responsible for the senseless tragedy, the lawyer said of the suit, which was filed in New Mexico. Baldwin is accused of firing a single bullet that hit and killed Hutchins, then exited her body and struck director Joel Souza in the clavicle while filming the Western flick in New Mexico on October 21st. During the press conference, her family's lawyers showed the nearly 10-minute animated video, which includes a gruesome moment depicting the bullet searing through Hutchins' chest and skeleton, reddening them with blood amid the bone-crunching sound effect. And there are several animation videos here. I am not going to play any of them. They are graphic. The video has Baldwin sitting in a pew in a makeshift church on the set where he fires the gun, which hits Hutchins from 4 feet away. "I'm hit," a dying Hutchins said, according to the suit, while Souza cried out in pain. The footage explains that there are simple ways to tell whether a bullet is live before it is fired. A dummy bullet would have had a hole in it and rattled when someone shook it, while a real bullet lacks the hole and makes no sound, the narrator said. The lawyers claimed Baldwin refused weapons training on how to perform the cross draw, which was the type of action he was supposed to do. That is actually confirmed by Halyna Hutchins. She did state he refused to do weapons training practice and the lessons were needed for this specific action. Randy McGinn, a lawyer from Albuquerque who is also representing the Hutchins family, said she is confident that the New Mexico jury will be able to understand the complexities of the case, which could go to trial within 2 years. "We're used to people coming in from out of town to play cowboy who don't know how to use the guns," McGinn said. "The jury in Santa Fe is used to that and understands that even on a dude ranch, you don't hand somebody a gun until you've given them safety training. No one should ever die with a real gun on a make-believe set. That should never happen, and the people in Santa Fe understand that. They're used to guns, and there are real cowboys in Santa Fe." The Hutchins family lawyer said the industry standard requires a crew to be behind protective glass and have other safety equipment during such a scene. And then they got a picture of Halyna and other such things. Panish said while his legal team does not have to do or have video to show Baldwin cocked the gun and his hammer before he fired, that would be the only way the single action revolver would have gone off. And yes, I have stated in previous videos that a single action revolver requires the hammer to be pulled back before the trigger can be pulled to fire the weapon. Also, if you look at several other people who are gun enthusiasts all over YouTube, they have also covered this whole thing. I think it's clear what happened, Panish said. He had the gun. He says he pulled the hammer back, it fired, and she was killed. The experts will look at it and make any determinations, but we don't think this was caused by any defect in the weapon. Baldwin claimed in a weepy interview that he had no idea there were real bullets in the weapon and that he didn't pull the trigger, although the film script supervisor said was set in a separate lawsuit. The actor intentionally cocked and fired the gun. The 29-page complaint from Hutchins' family also names David Halls, the assistant director who handed the gun to Baldwin, Armour, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, and other producers as defendants. According to the documents, Baldwin and the other producers knew Gutierrez-Reed was inexperienced and unqualified for the armorer job, and that she was not even inside the church when crew was lining up for their shot, which is an industry standards requirement. Members of the crew and production also were aware of previous safety issues that occurred on the super unsafe set, included 3 accidental gun discharges, according to the suit. The lawyer said that there were at least 15 industry standards that were violated, including failing to use a rubber prop gun, failing to treat the gun on set as if it were loaded, and operating a camera remotely when a firearm is aimed at or near the camera. Parrish said Hutchins' husband Matthew and their young son Andros continue to grieve. Well, that is very understandable. The family has not placed an exact figure on their wrongful death and punitive charges or damages claim, but Matthew understands that a lawsuit is necessary to get answers, Panish said. He wants answers, he wants closure, and people have been respecting his privacy as he and his son deal with this in their own way. And I think when you meet Matt, you will see what a resilient, courageous, wonderful person he really is, and a great father. And he was a great husband to Halyna. It's tragic that this happened to him and his son, to go through this senselessness. It never ever should have happened. Baldwin did not respond to the post request for comment. The Hutchins family suit is now 4 legal claims filed against Baldwin and Rust producers. So, now that we have finally have the wrongful death suit against Alec Baldwin, things are going to start heating up for Alec Baldwin. He took a life, and he should be held to account for it. Accident or no, he needs to be held accountable for his negligence, and it is easily proven negligence with how this weapon was handled, with what people have sworn in testimonies and whatnot, or affidavits and statements. Not testimonies yet, because courts haven't started convening. However, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, while being sued, can easily provide evidence to shift blame, or to not shift blame, but to assert further blame on Alec, because as she said, he refused to take the training necessary for that specific cross draw that he did that resulted in the death of Halyna Hutchins. Anyway, folks, that's going to be the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of this latest development? Let me know all your thoughts, folks. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.